YouTube Live. What's going on, y'all? This is Lee Majors once again. I'm just sitting up here right now. I'm up here about to brew me some motherfucking ginkgo tea. You gotta keep the brain pumped up, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, forever who watched this video out there, if you can go ahead and share this video and share the information, I'll be truly grateful and thankful. I'm trying to make sure that I put out some quality information for y'all as far as on how to with the different segments of managing the money. So that way that y'all will have that information out there. One thing I've noticed is that, you know, a lot of people feel as though that they ain't gotta, you know, chime in, or I guess when they see how to manage your money video, you got so many people doing so much stuff. And, you know, I guess the views will eventually pick up the more I keep pushing it. But it's just kind of amazing. You know, I don't know if people take value of information. You know, information is power. You know, to have to know how to do something. You know, information is power. People use information, you know what I'm saying, to, you know, to sidestep the bullshit or to do something themselves, you know, or to kind of keep other people dependent on them if them particular people don't know, you know, certain pieces of information. Anyway, I talk about how to manage your money. All right, this is not no get rich quick scheme shit. It's basically talking about how you manage the stuff that you already have. And with that, we all have to understand, you know, that if you cannot manage $10, you know what I'm saying? What can you do? How can you make $10 spread out? Let's start with $10. How can you make $10 spread out? Some may think, oh, well, that ain't enough for this, or that ain't enough for that. You know, $10 could get you from A to B to C. It can also get you some lunch. It could also get you, you know what I'm saying, various different little knickknacks or snacks that you can eat. It also could be used for bus fare. And that's what I mean by A to B to C. It also be used by train fare. And it can also be used, you know what I'm saying, to get yourself, you know, toilet paper, toilet tissue, depending on whatever it is that you may want to spend that $10 on. So that $10 is a little small piece of energy, you know what I'm saying, that you can buy that help you get things or whatever like that. Or you can give it to a friend. Or you could take that $10, just $10, and you could buy something, sell it, and flip it into $20. We have to get into making our money make more money. Then when it's enough, then you can buy assets. So if you take that $10, you can flip it to 100 and then take that 100 and flip it into 200. Most people don't know how to flip their money. They don't know how to flip their money. It takes money to make money. All you so-called hustlers out there and all you so-called businessmen, web designers, whatever designers and whatever business, whatever, you know what I'm saying, that you are into, you know what I'm saying, you don't know shit about what it is to flip your dollars. Because if you did, you would not be in the state that you in right now. You just wouldn't be in the state that you in right now. It take money to make money. It take it to make it. I make 4.3% interest on my money. as far as my policies and stuff that I got. And see, what I did was that I built a financial engine as far as making my money work for me instead of against me. Now, remember last time in the last couple of joints, I was telling y'all about, about the first wall, the first financial wall that you built far as your security or whatever, right? Now, you got the letter system for the house, which is dealing with cash that's in the house. And then, you know what I'm saying, you got that, and then you have your emergency. And then from your emergency, then you got certain different financial walls that's in place that take care of various different joint situations. You understand what I'm saying? So we're militarizing our dollars. And what I mean by militarizing our dollars is that we're organizing our money. See, people don't tell you about organizing your money. When you organize your money, you know, where $20 go here, or 20 gonna go over there, that $10 is gonna stimulate that. Everybody, every piece of $10, $20, $30, or $100 has its job on what it needs to do. So the money needs to be put to work. You could sit your money in for all you, I'm gonna let it be known. For all you motherfuckers out there that put your money in the banks, I'm gonna just tell you that shit is dumb. It just is dumb. You understand what I'm saying? If you don't have direct deposit, or if you don't conduct payments, if you're doing business and you have a business account with a bank, I can kind of understand it. All right. But even still then, I wouldn't keep no more than $5,000 with the motherfuckers. If that. I wouldn't keep no more than $5,000 with them. Because of their fees and everything like that. Know when you're dealing with those type of financial institutions that you're going to be paying them out the motherfucking ass. You're going to be paying them out their ass, and you're going to be paying all these fees and shit that you don't fucking see. We have to understand the language. The more information you get, the more you can better defend yourself. The more that you can stop excess money from coming out of the house. The more that the money stays in the house, the more benefits you can get from the money, and the more that it will protect you just in case if a problem shall arise. All right, now, we have the first, second, third, fourth, and fifth wall. The fifth wall is the long-term motherfucker. While you slow growth in your money right now as you talking. I was going over some of my policies last night, right? And I got one policy joint, excuse me, that's worth a substantial amount of money. And far as the percentage that I put in, I do about maybe $930 a month. That's about a good 15%. And the policy, I pay into about maybe like 3,000, maybe like 1,000 a year or whatever that I make. But on that, I make, 4.3%, markup interest on my policy and shit like that. My cash value and shit, is good. And pretty much, whatever I need to purchase, I could use that, as a lien or take out a policy loan to finance whatever I need. And, since the policy is mine, I just pay, I refinance my shit back through the premiums or whatever. So, and that's what it is. I'll put money into my policies, a little bit more here and there, and it helps finance everything that I do. Now, for the same amount that I will put into a bank, which they're not going to look out for your best interest or whatever, they're just not going to do that. You can put into your policies. If you putting $800 a month into the bank or whatever, you can put $800 a month into your policy. It's a definite is a definite steamroller through the financial, through any type of financial, do any type of financial situation that you need to finance, as far as getting money and making sure that things are correct and that your life is secure or whatever like that. So that's why you can use various different policies and set them up in certain ways to invest money in and take money out and reinvest money in order to finance certain different things. All right. So that's your long term. Now, between the letter system, the policy setups, and all that other stuff, and anything else that pays a dividend interest or dividend percentage or any type of annual percentages on the money that you're putting away, is a good thing. It's a definite good thing. So my money is making money for me. All right. So the more money that you put away, the more you stack your financial portfolio, the more interest you get paid on your money. Money needs to work. It cannot sit still. If it sits still in the bank, they either going to tax it. If it's above $5,000, you either going to have to pay, different fees, far as the maintenance for the accounts and shit like that. So the main thing is, when you sign up with these banks and shit like that, right, is that you have to read the fine print for, their do's and don'ts, how much money you have to have in there, and then compare that to if you was to keep your money in mutual funds. Because I believe anything that you do for a long period of time, if you put it away, especially if it earned interest or whatever like that, then, the interest will actually accumulate by the amount that you put into it. So if you're putting 15% of your money away, it could be, $900 and something. If you're putting that money into that, every year or whatever, you start to steamroll it. You start to make money. You buy more stocks. Why even, if you buy more stocks, you buy more of a certain specific stock or whatever like that, right? And you're a shareholder. When that company makes money, you make money. It's all about what you want to put your money into. You can save all the money in the world, but if it ain't doing nothing, then it doesn't mean nothing. So your money has to do something. All right. You could pay bills and pay bills and pay bills and pay bills and pay bills, and still the money has to do something. So you have to put it to work. And what I figured out is that the more of it you put out, the more of it comes back, depending on how you put it out. The more of it you put out, the more of it comes back. You put it out, come back. You put it out, come back. You put it out, and come back. You understand what I'm saying? So if you buying and selling something, it's coming back. Now, the main thing is that we have to stop purchasing things that are taken away from us. Be careful when you asking for these loans with these banks. Be careful when you buying these cars and you getting, your car note. And from the car note, you got the insurance that you have to pay. So you definitely have to be careful by all these purchases that you're making. You have to look at the numbers that you're bringing in. I tell people all the time, saving money is not really a hard thing. It's just consistency and discipline. You start off with a little bit and allow that little bit to accumulate. And the main thing is that, like I said, you pay your bills off. It's all about what you're targeting. You know what I'm saying? So if it's going to take you 2 to 3 years to do something, you pay on something for 2 to 3 years, you free yourself up for 6 years. You understand what I'm saying? I tell people all the time, strive to try to pay your rent, months ahead of time. So that way you free all your other stuff up and then you secure your position. So it's not the money that you bringing in, it's how you use the money that you bringing in. And you have to have patience. Things are not going to happen real fast or real quick. You have to allow things to build up. If you don't allow things to build up, then therefore, things will never actually go correctly the way that you want them to. It's a slow growth development process. Over the years that I've actually learned, I learned that, that patience, and consistency is key. Consistency beats out talent. It beats out anything else. Warriors have to be consistent. It's the power of the willpower. You have to go deep inside yourself, mentally and spiritually, and say, this is what I'm going to do. And then you have to focus on it and do it. You work every day. The same discipline you got far as putting it down for your job is the same discipline you need to have as far as, running your household. And like I said, everything starts at the house. If you got everything organized in your house, then therefore your finances should be organized. Your dollars have to be organized to stimulate your operation. All right. Your dollars have to be organized to stimulate your operation, meaning you don't go over your numbers. You watch everything that's coming in and you see everything that's going out. All right. Everybody have operational costs. First, we have to get that underway for a second. And let's talk about that for a minute. Operational costs. All right. Your operational costs, and your travel costs are two different types of costs. Well, technically, no. Because that's a part of operation as far as you moving around and shit like that. All right. So you're operating. But what I'm saying is that your operational costs and as far as your what I was finna get ready to say, like your rent and shit like that are two different types of costs. Excuse me. Now, to operate, meaning while you're out and about, you have to really truly ask yourself, what is your daily cost as far as spending money? And if it's basic, if you fixing your lunch or if you not eating out, you got gas for the car, or if you have a car, it shouldn't be no more than about $25, maybe $30 a day. Because if you bring your lunch from home, that cuts out half the madness right there. Your gas should already be in your car. You know what I'm saying? So that cuts it out. Anything else is extra. So you have to ask yourself, if you eating out, all the time, then you need to cut that shit out. You just need to cut that shit out. You gotta watch what you spending. If you got $400, all right, you need to make your lunch every day for 10 days. Every day for 10 days. I don't care if it's peanut butter and jelly, spaghetti, or big ass pot of spaghetti, and you break that shit down to 9 ounces a bowl, but you need to carry your lunch with you if you're going to work every day. That cuts out a whole lot. Then that money that you done saved from not eating out, and you can do this periodically, like every 16 days or every 30 days, you'll actually see that money right there. And then you take that money and roll it over into what you need to use. A phone bill. If you pay your phone up, you free, you free another thing up. Then the money that you would have paid for the phone, you can roll that over into the light bill. And then after you pay the light bill up, then you can roll that shit over into the rent. So you make sure that your basic necessities get all of what it needs as far as money-wise first and pay everything up. Then it'll start to work itself. So you start paying the rent up or the light bill every 2 to 3 months. And the companies will have to give you credit. When you send them extra money, you put extra money on the light bill. Make sure that the light bill is always paid. Whatever numbers that you set, you have to go by those numbers. And those numbers, show the activity that you're going through. It'd be people all the time, that have receipts or that have hundreds of dollars and don't know where the shit went at. Because they eating out, they talking on the fucking phone, they not paying attention to what the fuck they doing. And, all of a sudden, you done spent $150 or $200 here, $150 there. And that here and there shit never crosses your mind. But you trying to figure out where all the money going, and it's going to you being loose with your habits. So we have to pay attention to our habits. 1. 2, all of this stuff connects. Because now the money starts to build and you start to see it, you start to see it stack up. So let's just say that you go ahead and you manage it real good. You got the system set up and you have these large ass amounts of cash that you have, right? So you need shelter for your money. What more safer way that you can put all your cash that you save into a place that pay you dividends, interest on your money, where it could sit and your money could grow, where where it could sit and it always could be doing something at all times. You understand what I'm saying? It could be a high interest paying money marketing account. It could be a various different, insurance policies. And insurance policies been working for hundreds, if not, 200 to 300 years, and it never fails. It is a financial beast, when it comes to financing things. So we need to really, 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 really look at that. Come on in. So basically, with this being said, if you got a lot of cash, you have to put it into an engine that's going to work and a policy, that is designed to make sure that it pays good dividends on your money. You understand what I'm saying? And what I mean by good dividends, meaning, the more money that you put in, the more, that it works, the more it keeps growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. And something that produces a very heavy cash value, all of that. That's the fifth wall. So if you go back to all the other parts that I've done put out, that's your fifth wall by building up these policies. And if you build up like 10 different policies, you can use them. You know what I'm saying? You can pay the premiums and you can use them to finance stuff. And then you take the power back into your own hands by purchasing different assets. Because now you have leverage and you have something to put up to gain stuff that makes you money. So it takes money to make money. And, you can insure certain different things. Let's get into talking about insurance policies. A lot of people in their apartments, I don't care if you live in an apartment house or wherever you at, they don't insure the things that they have. Insurance is a real big, is a definite good thing. Not just for the fucking car, but for, if something needs to be fixed in the house, or if your home get burnt down, whatever, you can get a check, they protect you. You know what I'm saying? You can rest assured knowing that your money is working for you by protecting these different possibilities of, dangers. So the money is made to protect you. We have to change up our mentality. It's like if you buy guns for the house, you know what I'm saying? You use, you invest into the skill, within using those guns. When you go to the military, you invest in giving them your time, to be the perfect soldier or whatever. Soldiers have skills. They know how to build, they know how to defend, they know how to keep society running and going. So you have to understand what the tool of money is. Money is not made to be spread out, taken pictures of and laid on and shit and worship or whatever. It is a mere tool that we work for, that we got to use to run our economy. Currency, to keep the veins and life of society going round and round and round, to keep people working. Some of the days you're a watcher, some of the days you're a participant, some of the days you are a customer, and some of the days you are a servant. So whatever days that you go to work, you play those roles, and you want to get paid for what you got to get paid for. So we have to make sure that if everybody is disciplined, right, then we have more perfect way, of having the whole system run. You won't go through a whole bunch of shit in your household by light bills not being paid or whatever, or things not being what they exactly supposed to be. And even if shit is still tight, at least you understand and know, where your money is going. And that's the real big part of this next joint that I'm doing, as far as understanding and knowing where your money is going. We have to get in the habit of writing things down and really taking everything serious. You have to run your household like you run a fucking business. You have to run your household like you run a business. Me and my old lady, we document everything down. We see where everything is going. If something was to come up or whatever, we, pretty much we're prepared for it. We're not rich like the Rockefellers, but the thing is that we manage the resources that we have so well to where as though we don't go through a lot of problems that other people go through because of our management and how the way that we do manage is the resources. She take care of the left side of shit, I take care of the right side of shit. And that's how it's supposed to be. You understand what I'm saying? All that lovey-dovey shit, when it come down to doing business, I'm dead ass serious. I'm dead ass serious. So we have to put the money where it needs to go to. A lot of you sucker ass niggas don't do that. That's why your women's don't trust you, because I said women's, but that's why your women's don't trust you, because a lot of you niggas don't know how to manage money. A lot of you motherfuckers don't have a hardcore work ethic, you know what I'm saying? And you're not consistent with everything. And that's where the true security lies in. The true security lies in, the discipline of being able to, pay shit, not being stingy. You have to practice these things. You have to practice a give and take with things. You understand what I'm saying? How can you be stingy, with your foot on where you lay your head at? Where you lay your head at is the most important thing. So the main thing is that, like I said, going back to what I said earlier, once when you have your system set up and you start to accumulate enough cash, you want to take that cash to cover your ass years down the line. So you find shelters. Understand that? Financial shelters. Look this shit up. Financial shelters for your money. But financial shelters that's going to pay a dividend far as mutual growth and interest on your money. Interest. You want high interest money marketing accounts. I repeat, high interest money marketing accounts. Anything that pays interest on your money. Find out what the stipulations is and combine those stipulations with the time frame that you need it. But the thing is that you yourself can, the faster, reason why so many Americans are in debt is because of interest. And interest is not a bad thing. It's a good thing when you're on the opposite side of the coin. So look at the interest. And it's ways to beat out the interest. Now, let's just say, for instance, right, you got to pay the bank back. All right, you can use your policies or whatever if you've been paying into your policies for a long ass time. You can use your insurance policies to pay the finance to the bank and pay the bank back and then leave the bank alone all well together. Or whatever, or you can use your mutual, you know what I'm saying? You can use whatever's making you money, you can use that to finance. The thing is that people don't understand that is when you build these financial engines or whatever, right? They don't understand that what ends up happening is that you play yourself so much that you start to compromise your income. And you got to understand these words, your income. Your income should not be compromised at all. You should have other entities, financial entities, that is supplying you with the necessary funding as far as paying your bills and shit like that. That's why you build these policies up and build these things up for yourself, so you're automatically, you automatically financing, your lifestyle. And this is before you purchase or buy anything else. The policy needs to buy the car. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to buy the car. You don't need to keep paying the car note. Why would you keep paying a fucking car note? Why you didn't just save up for 1 or 2 years and, pay for that shit? It don't take nothing. I mean, if you pay a car note every month, you can pay yourself every month and finance the car through something else. They can send you a check. You tell them that you wanted to you want to make a loan against whatever your policy is, and they cut you a check, and then you pay the shit back through your premiums, and then do premium payments through a longer extensive period of time. Your policy is still working, and the shit can pay for the car. Ain't no difference in taking a mortgage loan out on the house. The thing is that people take mortgages or 2 or 3 mortgage loans out on their house and then can't pay that monthly bill. So you also have to look at that too. You understand what I'm saying? Like I said, it's ways that you can keep, your numbers at a healthy level. Within the next 2 to 3 years, I will be financing my house, our house, with one of my policies, because I already done the calculation. I get them to write a check. We put a good down payment on the joint, you know what I'm saying? And from then on, I just, pay that percentage back to myself. So basically, through my policy, because it's my fucking policy and I pay for it, it's my shit. It's mine's. I'm going to say this again. The longer I pay for my policies, the shit is mine. And it ain't just only in death, it's in life too. They got y'all niggas fooled. You always want to be prepared for if something happened, but yet at the same time, you also too have to know and understand that, you're going to need more cash 9 times out of 10. Your need for finance, and Mr. Nelson Nash said this verbatim, a country white man that's from Texas. Nelson Nash. Hey, look up Mr. Nelson Nash, you know what I'm saying, on YouTube. He also discusses that your need for finance and cash is more. You understand what I'm saying? You could pay your death benefit too. But whole life insurance is good as far as stimulating all 3 of these things. So this is the 5th, video that I'm doing as far as money management is concerned. My name is Lee Majors, representing Urban Special Forces, Verse for Verse Inc. I'm out. I'm just doing these videos, to actually pass it on. So you can't say that ain't nobody trying to pass on information. I come with y'all with video 6 on how to manage your money. This is out. By the way, I've had more other things coming after that too, as far as promoting other people's businesses and shit like that and passing the word around, because we got a lot of entrepreneurs doing a lot of good things. And check it out. Stay tuned next time. Peace and love, to the real G's out there that's doing their thing and that's managing their money the correct way. Peace.